October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh, good, Edward. Order now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edward, your own statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. See? Very well. I'd like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edward, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face. Detective Gumshoe. Stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on that day, or on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammond, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammond, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, to jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No? I think I can probably remember that. The murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. I don't know. Will the witness declare her name? Aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Miss Edgeworth has a bit of a trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. You just call me Grandma. So even when I was young, but still, all the children believe it. But there was this boy, the captain in the chest, I'm gonna drink coffee. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps you can get to the testimony. Now the witness was stationed at the main gate of the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have had to pass you? You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. There is one hell of an old bag. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. Hey, well, I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there. And he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Rat?
Yes, Your Honor. What do I have? Hold on. That button. What do I have? I've got this. Got a guide map. Got the time of death. But really, the only thing I have to present to her at any point is this. So what I'm gonna do... I want to know what she had to do. No, go back. Kind of errands. Oh, well, you know. No, I don't. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I liked that cake, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to seal steel. Samurai run-through. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. And then the murder happened at 2:30 p.m. Right? Interesting to me because it started moving off by right down. That was Powers. Right there, and he was like, so you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in the ears, Sonny. I think this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. Say it again. It was him. Where? Papaya. Let me get this straight, old bag. Ms. Old bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? You're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just what a moment. Just a moment, Mr. Rat. Let me see that photo. What is this, exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Ms. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But, doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Ms. Witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo was Mr. Will Power, do you?
No, see, old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? And Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? Be ashamed of all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. It's good.
Let's hear about your proof then.
Man in the photo. I never saw anything I don't mean. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I know it was Powers. Happy?
He had a sprained ankle. Very well. Mr. Rat, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she's... Let me get my finger on the cue. Never say anything I don't mean, mind you. Not true.
Whippersnapper.
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. You today, always wondering about,
And she goes on another rant. Mr. Wright. Please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think I drew a face match.
That morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall?
Yeah, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped him. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think.
I gotta stop doing her voice. It's starting to kill mine. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. Powers was a big mess. He broke a prop. Sure did. His own samurai spear. Murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. It strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room, rest up after lunch. Thus, the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot. Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothered me. Which is... Where's this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Will Powers. I suppose that's right. You sure? You're sure, Your Honor? I don't really have anything to present. Real quick, benefit of playing on PC is I can save at any time. I can save come the shit out of this, and I have. I do not care. I'm going to eject. That Kenny? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
Defense has a point. I was wondering if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Cameron. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony? Please.
No need to ask twice.
Witness's account. Continued.
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Rat, you may cross-examine the witness.
The time before
It was 2:30 p.m. The only person I saw go to the studio before Powers. No, I want to go back. Good. That's actually kind of what I was going for. The judge's voice I was going for is a little closer to the judge from Harvey Birdman. Where it just becomes kind of undistinguishable because he's not really enunciating. What about before you got to the cart station?
You mean before 1? Like, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention...
If they had, I would have seen it. Are you sure?
Objection!
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy?
Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Hmm? Are you absolutely... God damn it.
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking past by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Right. I already pressed that, didn't I? What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1?
When was in the thing, the lock, the main gate, not to mention... Shit. I'm actually kind of at a loss. Ended with duct tape. There's no duct tape on that one. Got a key card. Yep. 5230 in my attorney's badge. No, why did I didn't mean to do that? The evidence clearly reveals contradiction in your statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Rat, please think of the facts over before making accusations. Fuck off. I'm gonna reload. I don't want that mistake on my record, damn it. I'm gonna object. Hold it right there. Yeah, I already did this. Okay. I already pressed her on all this other shit. Okay, I'm just gonna press her on everything to see what happens, because I have no evidence to contradict anything she's saying. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. See, Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. The person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. I pressed this, but I'm gonna do it again. Yes, she's absolutely sure. Nope, nope, go back, go back. That one. What about before you got to the garden? Yep, nope, she locked it. Would you have? Would you have? And I'm getting objected here. Stop badgering the witness. Wait, is it? Where has balls on? Okay. Shit. I have like nothing. And I can't present evidence from another witness that hasn't been on the Fuck it, god damn it. Let's see what this does. Probably nothing. Clear reveals contradiction. Okay, there's no contradiction. I will take the blemish. This is fine. For making anything. Fuck off. Okay, let's see. The person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. There we go. Music stops, so you know that it's right. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this photograph. There. One more time. Photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway. Also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2. I love you too, Ryan. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1, if it really was the only photo? Order, order. Please tell the court what that mean. What you mean by this, Mr. Rat? Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security lady herself. Me? You watch your mouth, web stabber. The only person that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem. Can the witness explain to this court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to. I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. She's gonna go on a rant. Something the matter? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yeah, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Yeah, I mean, at least the game's not like intense graphically, so 480p should be just fine. Just fine. But thanks for joining me from the hotel. I hope I'm providing your evening with at least some form of entertainment. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
This old bag. This is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Rat. Anyway, Mr. Rat, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. I imagine it does look the same at 480, mainly because this was originally a Game Boy Advance game, so, like, 480 is actually an upgrade from that? Only slightly. Every day, I gotta do one other important job to do. Go through the photos, throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, but I remember throwing out one of the photos out. BAM! Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging out. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, it's where they come from.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh,
and
the kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?
Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pat around the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was Steel Samurai dragging the leg. The other was a boy who looked at me in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes. Well, we see this type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him.
Boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. Quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, what was there that makes him a suspect? Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yeah. Tell me straight. Are you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was, sleeping. Honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? Steel Samurai costume was, off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone, could have, walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of your stuff. No, I added that sound effect. Right there. I got that queued up. Just like I have Nickelback queued up again, because this is a game where you show photographs frequently. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. we'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You, don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay. Let's go. Let me quick save. What does it mean? Please don't sigh like that. Oh, now reconvene for the trial of willpower. Mr. Edward, will you present your prosecution's thoughts on the main matter? Prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy, roughly 10 years of age. Photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? Defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this murder. Shit, I gotta choose. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. Well, thanks for the tree fitting.
The judge asked me for 350.
However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed murder? Could have been the security lady. Could have been the assistant girl. It's not the grade school boy. Alright, we save scumming. We save scumming. Saving scumming. Save scumming. Save scumming. And I'm only really save scumming because I have played this particular case before. And recently watched the anime, which actually has the first game in its entirety in like the 26 episodes. So like I know what happens. I just don't remember exactly who to accuse. I'm going to accuse the security lady. Wendy, old bag. Who's her? Still same as Dragon is like in the picture. That means whoever's in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. Oh, also kidding. Thank you for the bits. I don't think I said thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate them. And yes, the judge did ask you for tree fitting. He thanks you too. Thanks for the tree fitting. There was only one person, other than Powers and Hammer, who knew about the injury. There's actually two. The security lady. Old bag. Wow, whippersnappers. Order. Is this true, old bag? Old bag. That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. By herself. In other words, got no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing a Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Hunter. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger to Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. That's the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
It's my move. Okay, now's my chance to take this the whole way. Now we press further. I don't think she actually did it, but the very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Ms. Olbag's actions on that day.
Squeaky chair. Why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
She has become Meowth, that's fine. You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
I did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings. Oh.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. One whose photo I erased.
He's only in grade school, though. You said 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
It doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops.
Doesn't surprise me.
Your thoughts, Mr. Rat?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure?
Oh, or is it to be nice to the kids, you mean, and mean to your elders day?
What a snapper.
I have proof. I have proof? I have proof? Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Rat. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Take that? Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
See. Well, would the witness get a comment on this?
Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for the J. Ms. Edwards, please find out more about your witness, Ms. Wendy, what was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
The prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second. I'm not gonna just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
Alright, stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
This old bag, what is it all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk about?
Well, testify.
Testify! My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Well, they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day.
But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away with that free. Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. How did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Rat, your cross-examination.
There were some other people at studios on the day of the murder. Who were they?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after.
Where?
Oh, in Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate,
and all the way to the left. Path where the monkey's head was falling over.
Well, Miss Rat, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but I'm gonna continue. I want to get a little more information. Nothing to do with it. See, who's they? Oh, wait, no, I already know who they were. Go back. This is trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side. You got your bonus, and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have. Take it. That's fine. I don't need anything else. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
Court acknowledges the defense's point. Prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Olbag, and more information about these other people who we have just been told of.
Oh. Edgeworth is pissed.
I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That's all. This court is adjourned.
October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 3. Trials do not work this way in the United States. I actually don't think they work this way in Japan either, but the Japanese court system and judicial system is a little weird. It's very different from the way that it works in the United States. And like they have like a 99% conviction rate. It is also a video game too, so there is that. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I? Oh well. We'll be going down to the studios. Oh wait, no, that's me. We're going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her. Really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, I wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.